What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jedi Jab. My name is Mike, and joining us, as always, is my sister Jenny.
Hey, everyone.
We're here to react to episode 7 of Skeleton Crew.
Ooh, the penultimate episode.
Yeah, I can't believe there's only 2 episodes left.
I know.
Yeah. The average episode length has seemed like kind of like, what, 35?
30 to 40 minutes in
somewhere in that range. I hope that they give us more. I didn't look at what the episode length was for this episode. Did we see? 30,
it's about the same.
Yeah, so I don't know. We were talking earlier about how it seems like there's so much that we need to kind of like wrap up here because we haven't seen any more about the supervisor situation at AT-ATN and how Wim's dad and Fern's mom were gonna like approach, you know, getting the supervisor's help or whatever.
Basically, what's really going on AT-ATN and what are the parents going to do about all of this?
Right, because we can only assume that that's where we're headed now, since the pirates have the coordinates because of Jod and the kids have the coordinates. So we should, unless we're going to have any more detours, which I don't think we have time for, we're going back to AT-ATN. So
meanwhile, we still also have questions about Jod's backstory.
Yeah.
And what might be up with that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to tie up in 2 episodes, 2 short episodes.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. I don't really want to do too much speculation because we can just watch and find out. So let's not waste any time doing that. We can watch the episode, have some fun, and then we will talk about it afterwards.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Sorry. Here's the transmitter. But will that thing really get through the barrier?
There. That'll do it.
I have a bet.
Oh my gosh, they had to throw that in there.
Step away or you will be stunned.
I'm gonna grab it and run.
No way. Oh, it's a stun. It's a stun.
Be stunned for your own safety.
Oh my gosh.
Hand it off to the next guy.
This is a very twisted relay race.
Be stunned.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
Is the signal going to get out?
Oh,
is
yeah.
the question.
Set down the communicator.
It'll get through the barrier.
Interesting. What's going to happen to them next?
Brand new shit.
According to these instruments, we should be home soon. We can land out in the woods. We can hike back. Say we got lost this whole time. No.
Did you forget that they saw Wim's dad?
We'll have to take assessment.
Yeah.
I never should have pushed the stupid button in the first place. Don't say that. Yeah, it was a really fun adventure. Every time I was about to die. What a real adventure is like.
Oh.
I'm glad you did.
10 for 10 attitude on Neil.
Yeah. Great music.
This is AT-ATN. It's a toxic maelstrom. This AT-ATN of yours don't look like a treasure planet to me.
How stupid are you, Brutus? AT-ATN's been hidden for hundreds of years. You expect it to be just floating in the open.
According to Captain Renard, the real treasure planet be hidden inside an endless storm.
It's hidden inside. I'll bet my life on it.
How'd they have like the sun shining in suburbia?
Artificial atmosphere?
Yeah, I guess.
One of my crew will fly into the storm.
It's not going to be that easy.
Test pilot is probably gonna bite it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh, is it like a Quarren? I think it's supposed to be a Quarren.
Maybe we should send in another. No, you kill me and you're throwing away the greatest treasure the galaxy's ever known. Let me out. No.
Wait! A ship out of hyperspace.
Ha! Bad timing.
Look at those old thermal vents. Don't make him like that no more.
It's an antique. Fire cannons.
I got it! The ship's the key.
That's what the barrier looks like from the outside.
Even they don't know. Yeah.
No wonder no one ever went in there.
Tractor beam. Good old tractor beam.
We're dead meat.
Nice.
We're pirates meat.
Oh, the shiny. Oh, it reminds me of the Razor Crest almost.
Yeah.
And they were always making fun of Mandalorian for how old the Razor
Yeah,
Crest was. Like,
yeah.
this model's an old one. The shiny metal.
Crew loves me.
Are you sure about that?
Come out unarmed, or we're coming in. Bunch of cowards. All right.
What?
Release the tractor beam, and we'll let him go.
He knows it's the kids. Did you just use
the force?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Was a stinking, backstabbing mutineer.
That got serious.
Good.
Well, that sucks. I liked Brutus.
Prepare the frigate to take At.
Find out whatever mechanism allows this ship to pass unharmed.
Got his mask back.
Uh-huh.
It's like a tricorner hat.
Children, we're sending out this message on a communication buoy, hoping you'll hear it.
Nice.
No, we love you so much. But you're not in trouble. You're gonna make it home. We can't transmit any coordinates due to security procedures. Find a Republic emissary.
That's an official who knows the secret location of At-Aten and how to get through the barrier. Don't tell anyone else where you're from.
Oops.
You weren't supposed to find out about any of this until you graduate. Whim, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. Please come home.
Maybe we can even.
Always best to have a hostage. Chain him up.
This is our ship because we found it first.
Claimsies.
He literally said claimsies.
I am the captain of this ship, and you all take orders from me.
I call unclaimsies and claim it for kids only. 33, get these pirates off our ship.
Unclaimsies? Is he gonna
Whoa!
Aye, but it'd be close enough.
Get us home, 33.
Aye, aye, Captain Fern. It'd be my honor.
Those are the lights they see in the sky at night.
Yeah.
Those red lights, yeah.
Shut up, you kids!
Aye, that was Captain Rennett's genius. Stealing one of the Minx old ships so we could fly it safely back through.
Oh, okay. So the Onyx Cinder is actually from...
It's a native ship.
Yeah.
Close.
Yo. Oh shit, did they make it?
Worked. We're alive. It's not a pirate ship. It's an At-Aten ship.
Sweet.
And there's the real planet.
Oh, look at that. Okay, it literally is like a...
Marble inside this big storm.
No, I was like, how do they have like sunlight and stuff? The maelstrom isn't the atmosphere itself. It's like, it is a barrier.
My mom totally lied on that call. We're gonna be in so much trouble.
It's worth it.
Care anymore.
Yeah.
You should.
What?
Stay with your kids, I'll undo this.
Oh, well.
Whoa.
Oof. Man. Didn't want that to happen.
Get on the ground! And no talking. Come in. Damn it. Hello.
Barriers jamming.
Yeah, I know. All of you. You're the worst one. Poor boy. What? What? What exactly are you going to do? Weak, sheltered, spoiled children. Understand, you're going to follow my lead. If I get even a hint that any of you are thinking otherwise... You know, I enjoyed seeing your parents' faces on the comm earlier. Makes it very easy for me to know who to carve up.
Oh my god, dude, he just went dark.
Not out of the woods yet.
Eesh.
We did what we had to help our children.
The problem is, you droids don't listen.
Stand by.
There we go. Get some action here.
Citizens of At-Atin, this is the supervisor speaking.
This is
Wizard
the
of
Wizard
Oz.
All non-essential work is suspended until offload is completed. Thank you.
I think my Neil knowing about the giant gun theory is going to definitely play out here. So it looks like they might actually reunite with their parents pretty quickly here. Now that John and the pirates are going to be the problem.
You must be the visiting Republic emissary.
Yes. Of course I am. And these are 4 waifs I found along the way.
Hello, children. Travel outside the barrier is not permitted. Requires that any visiting emissary proceed directly to the Mint to begin offload procedures.
Make it easier for him. Wow, this is their first time seeing all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a big ass reactor. Is it stamping credits?
We are now arriving at the vaults.
It's a big ass vault door. Must be a, oh my god, is it gonna be like a billion trillion credits in there?
Or is it just a giant prison of some
Like
kind?
the first episode, it's just this empty ass vault. This is gonna be just like a mountain of gold. Yeah, it's already glowing.
Remind me, how many votes do you have like this?
Yep.
139.
Oh my god! It's like Indiana Jones. They're just stacking credits.
Oh my gosh.
It's like not even real. Oh, is that their parents? No, you're not safe yet.
There gotta be some droids around who can help with this situation.
Oh, is that it?
That's gonna be the end of the episode, right? Oh man.
They're less than 30 minutes. It's
Yeah.
just way too short. They're kind of splitting it up.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the last episode is a long one.
I really hope so, because I feel like there's still so much to address.
Yeah, I still haven't met the supervisor.
I know.
It couldn't have been more Wizard of Oz.
Pretty
than
much all the questions we started the
man behind
episode
the
with,
curtain.
we still have those questions.
Yeah.
The supervisor, what's actually going on At-Atin? Jod, what's his actual deal? I mean,
Well-
and how is this all going to turn out in the vault down
Look,
here?
holy crap, this episode, John just went dark.
Dark.
He went dark. He
Yeah.
definitely killed Brutus in cold blood, just like shot him in the head.
And then
Dunzo.
summarily gave a speech about carving up children.
And then, yeah, took out I know, there hasn't been such carnage since Anakin. he decapitated 33. I think 33 might be able to get repaired. Decapitating a droid won't necessarily kill it. But I mean, still, it served as like a, oh my god, he like killed multiple characters in cold blood in this episode. Like yelled at children, like just like really flipped in terms of his character. Like he's definitely just been.
We were talking as late as last week. We were talking about the possibility of a redemption arc for him.
Yeah.
And now I really don't see that happening.
Not
in the off.
I mean, unless there's some really, really, really crazy story point that we haven't learned piece of information.
But how are they going to fit all of that into one episode
think so.
when there's all this to tie?
They really made him seem like dark and scary.
Yeah, he took a sharp left turn and he just went evil.
Yeah, it was when he shot Brutus. We were both like, that was just like wasn't expecting.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, wasn't expecting it to be that. Just like wow. But I wish the episode was longer. Definitely.
I know this was such a short episode. I really wanted more of it, but I did enjoy what they gave us. There was another really cool set design in the vault.
Yeah.
This episode. That was, again, when they were descending into the vault and you see that huge sort of reactor core or whatever it is. That was really cool production design.
That definitely felt very Star Wars. And the just descending or seeing the like maelstrom from the outside in general and then descending in and seeing those red lights and the like, that was all it was just really cool looking. It was, and we have seen them do similar kind of things like navigating through maelstroms to get to planets before, but like At-Aten in this case was literally like it wasn't like the maelstrom was atmosphere itself. It was like this like bubble, and then
there's this perfect little marble with its own atmosphere inside it.
Yeah, and the way the adults on At-Aten were like hearing the like supervisor announcement and like seeing this, they were all like in wonder. So it seemed like that's not something that happens.
No, you don't normally get deliveries or shipments from an emissary. This is not normal for them.
The way the supervisor's voice chimed in there couldn't have been more Wizard of Oz, and like that sounds like
Citizens of Oz.
Does not sound real.
Yeah.
I still am guessing that it might just be a droid or a program, or it's not just some guy.
No, it's a computer of some kind.
Yeah, or like we know Tak Rened had come here in that ship. How did it end up buried in the woods?
Right.
Is it just buried because of how much time had passed? Was it strategic? Like, is that just where they landed when they got like when they were landing? Fern was like, "We'll land out in the woods, and then we'll come and say that we were lost." So it's like, oh, well, maybe a pirate would be like. We don't really know the answers
to these questions. The Old Republic was minting. There were 9 of these planets. They've been hidden for, I think he said, hundreds of years.
So wait, when he's saying, I think I was confused because when they were like, oh, this ship comes from At-Aten, and that's how it's able to like get past the barrier. So, and then 33 was like, Tak Rened knew that. That's part of why he was a genius. But it's like, well, then how did he acquire this ship in the first place? My first thinking was like, oh, well, it's not from At-Aten. He like raided it from another one of the jewel planets,
right?
And then because it's all equal, like he can.
Maybe.
Yeah, but then I was like, when Wim said, "Oh, it's an At-Aten ship," so I'm like, but they don't have.
How
ships.
did he come by this ship, and why was there a ship in the first place?
Yeah, I think it's more just sort of like
the ship is
it's a
yet
mint ship
question.
in general. I think it might just be like, it's not maybe. I can't in my mind piece together how he would have acquired a ship from At-Aten when they don't have ships and they're not allowed to get in and out in the beginning.
Right.
And he's but.
More questions than answers, guys.
Yeah, I can make sense of it coming from another one of the planets. Like he's a pirate. We know that like the coordinates to At-Aten were on Akron, where there was warfare and weapons and stuff. So, speaking of weapons, I definitely think my Neil big gun theory is going to come into play.
Yeah.
They specifically had that girl on Akron show Neil that gun, and it was only Neil, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the only one there when she pulled that thing out?
Yeah.
And that was like at their school, so I can see them like backed into a corner at their school,
and
like
Neil being like,
fighting
I know
off the
how
pirates.
to handle this.
Yeah, let me handle this. Like and the like peacemaker little, just like lovely little creature Neil all of a sudden is just like, that would be great.
Yeah.
But also the lightsaber wielding in this episode wasn't like, it's not like it's like a lightsaber battle. It's literally just him like igniting it and using it as like an intimidation tool. So like we saw him like uncuff himself using the Force here, but that was it.
Yeah.
Even when he was like in an airlock about
and
to
he didn't
die.
make a big show about that. He just kind of did it.
He was in an airlock about to die, and he could, you know, if he's a Force user, he could just like force the door open.
Right.
How is it that he's that strict with not using the Force, but then will then also be casual about it? That part to me is why I feel like there's other information there we don't know about him in his story that is going to be pertinent information to like deciding or like knowing why he behaves that way.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's an obvious motivation to not use the Force in being a Jedi, you know, escapee. I guess you don't even have to be a Jedi, because if you were in Order 66 and people are hunting Force users down, in general, being a Force user in the galaxy during the time period before this
would have been dangerous.
Dangerous. And so, like, you get it, but then again, like you said, then he'll be just sort of like slowly casual about it, like uncuffing it or like pulling a knife or telling some children.
Casual about it, though. I think he sort of like quietly did it. Like, he didn't make a big show about look at me breaking my own handcuffs. He just kind of did it and dropped them.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, and he killed Brutus and whatever. But, you know, he didn't show off this power. He just sort of quietly used it.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely is very careful about what he reveals in front of the pirates.
Yeah, and he was also like, you know, I said, like, he's like killing multiple characters ruthlessly, and then just kind of like, if he was a Force user, he would be going dark side, you know, with that kind of attitude, or that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, seeing him, like, yelling at children and pulling this thing out, and it's blue, and it's like, well, he doesn't, like, something about him as a Force user is unique. There's something more going on there, and I don't know. He's still a mystery that I want answered in terms of...
Yeah. 100%.
You know, why he is the way he is, and what
happened to him.
Is it really just as simple as we see him sitting there? The credits are raining on his head. It's like he just seems like any old greedy pirate.
Yeah.
So wait, why? What about the Force usage? Like, I want to know more.
Me too.
It did, because it seems like it got cut right there, like a little short. It makes me feel like that this is just the last episode is just going to be like pretty much a continuation of this episode, and it'll feel like it's one long episode cut in half, pretty much. Was it a 2-episode premiere? It was.
It was a 2-episode premiere.
Yeah, so it does kind of, you know, bookend in that way in terms of having little story arcs. So we're we're back on Ad-Atten now. Brutus is dead. And Jod has, like, assumed control of the pirate situation, but now he's, like, down on Ad-Atten by himself. But he still seemed motivated to, like, contact his buddies to get them through the barrier. So he was trying to, like, share. He wasn't just like, it's all mine now, right?
Right.
He did want to contact them. I guess also because he needs to get out of there. He could do that on the ship he came in on, though. They think he's an emissary.
Right.
A
lot of questions, once again.
But
a lot
then
of questions, not a lot of answers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to next week. We still have to find out what's up with him and his backstory, ideally. We still need to find out
who's the man behind the curtain.
Who's the man behind the curtain? What's up with the supervisor situation?
Yeah.
And how is this all going to unfold now that they're trapped down in a vault with a lightsaber-wielding madman?
Yeah.
So, a lot to take care of.
In a way, the like Neil knowing about the big gun thing is, I think, just like sort of one example of like the kids in general have now gone out, like learned about themselves and each other, and have now come back like more knowledgeable about the galaxy and how things work.
Yeah.
More brave, more willing to like accept a challenge, more like. And their parents might not know that about them yet, so there's definitely gonna have to be some situation where the kids are like, "Parents, let us handle this."
They might even know more about the galaxy and about what's happening in the current world than the parents and the rest of the
not
adults
necessarily,
do.
Because Wim's dad, when you heard in that message,
he said you weren't supposed to know this until you graduate.
Yeah, so it did seem like the parents are aware of some things.
But who knows how much?
He might have just been referring to the credits buried in the mountain in general.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
I love how it definitely had that. Like I said, my first thing was the like in Indiana Jones when they wheel the ark into it, and it's just this endless warehouse
full of shining. Yeah.
Yeah, well, not necessarily shining. It just seemed like, oh my god, not only is it a vault stacked with credits, but it's a big vault.
Yeah.
Or like yeah. Man, that's a lot of credits.
Which, incidentally, just as a point of interest, that scene in Indiana Jones was shot using, like, pinhole technology. You use the pinhole and you shoot this, like, painting.
Yep.
And you make it look like a giant backdrop. And then this is a very, very old technology. And it's funny that this reminds us of that because this has all the new technology in the world, like all the CGI in the world.
But no, it doesn't
at its
feel
disposal, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels very practical, and a lot of it has been very practical.
When they had the ramp to the ship after it landed down, and there's like steam, you know, when you see the like white smoke like psst, coming out, and it just like it felt very Star Wars. Just those like a ship has landed in a cargo bay or like in a in a hangar or whatever, and the ramp comes down, and you see the smoke come out and. That is just, it makes me think of Star Wars. Yeah, the visually very good. Music was very good.
The music was great. Again, very cinematic.
Yeah, and there were definitely like the kids continue to be. You obviously can't get much acting facially from Neil's character. You have to rely on the voice acting, and the pantomiming. There wasn't that much from KB this episode, but Wim, there's definitely still like, I don't know, like it felt like Jod was, because they had that one-to-one, heart-to-heart kind of talk, and Jod seemed disgusted by him having to teach him to be a man or whatever. Here he felt like he was picking on Wim, like you're the worst, like you're the, and it was just like that's so personal. Like Jod didn't just go dark in this; he turned mean. He got mean and started like insulting them personally, and it was just like he turned into a bad guy so drastically. But I mean, I guess the point is that it's this infinite treasure that he's been after. We know that he's failed to produce that treasure for his friends after making promises to them. So they've already wanted to like throw him in the brig and kill him out the airlock or whatever multiple times now. He's actually produced now. So I think that's why it's like when you saw his face when he found the credits, he was just like almost crying. It was just sort of like his purpose is fulfilled. Like he just wanted to find this endless treasure, and now it's here. Like now what do you do?
Right.
So like maybe there is still room for a redemption arc then in that regard, and that like you've like fulfilled your purpose, and like I've just been looking for this treasure, now I have it, and it's like I don't even know what to do.
It's more credits than you know what to do. We're going to find out about all of this next week.
Yeah, because I mean when they were on Lanupa, he literally did just like put like gold in his pockets and like gold chains around his neck, and like in the classic, you're just trying to like fill your pockets with diamonds. Like okay, it's go ahead. It's what is the plan? Are they gonna start trying to ship the credits out? Like who knows? I think the situation does allow for an ongoing story if they have room for that.
Yep.
They can wrap up a bunch of, like I said, like the supervisor and just sort of wrapping up the season, but depending on their future plans for Disney and budgetary stuff. I did hear one thing saying that like since there's going to be like a Mando and Grogu movie and these are kids, like, and I could see these characters potentially being an ongoing presence.
I would love that.
And I think they've set them up so now we care about them. It would be great to have them. If these kids get to hang out with Grogu, this is the same time period. Grogu, an actual Jedi who could like, maybe Wim could be Grogu's Padawan. Or, who knows? Grogu is 50 years old or more. So anyway, guys, it's a bummer that the show's coming to it's gonna wrap up next week. I've really enjoyed.
Yeah, we've really both enjoyed this one.
It's been positive all the way through, and I think it's they just need to kind of stick the landing now, and this will definitely probably be up there with my favorite new Star Wars content, along with Mandalorian. Yeah. I'm gonna recommend this first to people, particularly if kids are involved. Like, if you have children and you're like trying to introduce them to Star Wars,
I have recommended this to so many people, and I've recommended it equally to people that I know are Star Wars fans and people who I know that have kids. Because, like, in both cases, I think everybody's going to get a lot out of watching this show.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Guys, I'd love to hear what you thought about the episode. Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to support us, you can go over to patreon.com/JediJive to watch our watch-along unedited reactions. That's where we put them up. We'll see you next week for the finale.
Peace.